This conference will now be recorded.
Welcome to the Bladen County Board of Commissioners meeting Monday, October the 7th. Mr. David Foster from Bladen Baptist Association will lead us in invocation, and 4-H will lead us in the pledge. Got you, please stand.
Please take a moment of silence to just remember the 230 plus that have lost their lives over the 7 states from the hurricane. Holy God, we come to you tonight knowing that you're a God that is aware of every need that's in this room, and every need that's in this state. And we thank you, God, that you know us so well. Lord, your word tells us that you know us before we were even formed in our mother's womb. And Lord, that's an amazing thought. And Father, not only do you know us, but you know our needs, and you're the only one that's able to provide those needs and provide exactly what is needed. God, help us in our work in this county, in this state, to do our part, to represent your kingdom and represent just humanity, Lord, to do our part, to do what's right and do what's best, and help in any way that we can. Father, there are so many needs across this world. We turn on any news station, Lord, we turn on open up any social media, and we're reminded of the chaos and confusion that's taking place all around us. Father, the only one to look to is you for that guidance. And I pray that you give us the eyes and ears to see and to hear just what your Spirit has to say to us for guidance. Lord, I pray tonight for the county commissioners. Lord, I pray that as they make decisions for the good of this county, that their decisions will not be political, not personal, but for the public good of this county and the residents that live here, Lord. They've been selected and elected by the membership of this county. Lord, I pray that you help them to guide in a way that is right, true, and Lord, we'll even say holy in your word. God, give us guidance and help us, Lord, to do what we can as residents, to do our best, to help our neighbors, knowing that, Lord, that we need one another in the midst of the difficult times that we face here in our county. God, we call out to you because we know that you're a sovereign God and that you care for us. So God, help us to draw near to you, know that you will draw near to us. In Jesus Christ's name we pray.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Rodney Hester is excused tonight. Before we approve it, I need to, if the board's in agreement to move 2J and put it under, let's make it 5D. Commissioner, want to move approve the agenda except move 2J to 5D. Make a motion. So moved. Mr. Britt, second by Mr. Ellis. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? So we're off up front and National 4-H Week. It's proclamation presentation. Yeah. We got you all confused. Yeah. Oh, I didn't. Ms. Ray.
Whereas 4-H youth across the nation are leading efforts to solve problems in their communities and make a difference in their futures. And whereas 4-H is the largest youth development organization in North Carolina and the largest in the nation with over 6 million participants. And whereas 4-H in North Carolina claims 216,000 youth members, 10,000 Bladen volunteers, while 4-H program numbers are more than 90 members and more than 15 volunteers. And whereas 4-H is a part of the North Carolina Cooperative Extension System of NC State University, and NC A&T State University is a program where youth learn through opportunities that provide them with hands-on experiences in 4-H's mission mandates of science, engineering, and technology, healthy living, and citizenship. And whereas 4-H has connected youth and their communities with innovative research and resources from our nation's 112 land-grant universities and colleges for more than 122 years. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Bladen County Board of Commissioners designates October 6th through 12th, 2024, as National 4-H Week in Bladen County. We urge the people of this county to take advantage of the opportunity to become more aware of this special program that enhances our young people's interest in their futures as a part of Bladen County 4-H youth development, and to join us in recognizing the unique partnership between our county and our state university system.
So on behalf of the Bladen County Board of Commissioners, I want to present this proclamation to you, the 4-Hers, and just thank you for what you do and appreciate it.
Thank you. Over here. Okay.
That wasn't the center.
Yeah, sure, I can say a couple words.
Yeah, got a gentleman in the center right there.
Oh, one more. Okay. Ms. Allen, you can go again. Thank you. On behalf of Bladen County 4-H and North Carolina Cooperative Extension, I just want to say thank you to our county commissioners for being supportive of the 4-H program within Bladen County. We could not do it without you guys, and we impact youth not just at one school, but all across the county, all across the region, but also all across the state through various hands-on activities. So thank you. And we do have gifts for you guys too. Yes.
You never got that before. That's different.
Hi. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
My granddaughter. I got one. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Rodney, you got one.
You got one more, Rodney. You got Rodney. Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Again.
Congratulations.
Individual delegation wish to address the board.
Yes, sir. Ms. Wanda Monroe and Mr. Atkinson.
Just like to say good evening to everyone.
Good evening. Good evening.
On this afternoon, we had technicians come to the Board of Elections to repair tabulators because we have tabulators that are in a needful condition to be repaired, mainly because of diverters, which divert write-in candidates from regular bubble-in candidates. Those diverters had to be disabled. Our software and hardware company that we have a contract with, Election Systems and Software, gave us an estimate of what it would cost to replace all of our tabulators, our automarks, as well as our software and hardware. Because the ones that we have are outdated. You can no longer get parts for those tabulators because they're so old. The DS200s are outdated, and they want to replace them with the DS300. So we are going to put on a demonstration tomorrow evening at the board meeting, and we invite the county commissioners to come out, and we also have an estimate of what it would cost to replace all of our election hardware and software.
Can we do y'all a week on the numbers? We gonna put it
So
on
why are y'all coming this late in the election, get ready to?
Because it's not for this election, we're just gonna make what we have work, but
So
we
it's for 2 years from now.
possibly, if we can get them before then, yes.
Oh, okay.
Because if they break, we can't repair them.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And again, please come out to the demonstration. It is tomorrow night at the board meeting at 5:30.
Keep saying we may have to wait until what, 2025? It's waiting for?
Very much.
So we got time to put the budget, what you say?
And look at grants and things available normally in the election process. We got all this available for you to research.
We can look at grants.
You got two numbers, that 154 and 154, that is the combination to make it 308.
Yeah, that's too
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
And they're gonna give us 18,600 as a trading value.
Where you want it?
Office Gloria McLean.
William McClellan.
Put this in the budget.
Good evening, Chairman Peterson and the Bladen County Board of Commissioners. I come before you this evening because I do not know who I should be addressing my concerns about the effects of Hurricane Helene. The property I live on is in the town of East Arcadia. However, I do own land in the city as well. I have lived in this community for over 50 years, and during this time, I am not aware of any ditch actually being dug out or cleaned completely out, with the exception of beavers being, the dams being blown. However, when they do that, they do not take the debris or the limbs or the trees or whatever they take out, they do not remove it. So that gives the beavers an opportunity to rebuild the dams. The property that I have in the town of East Arcadia, for an example, has been flooded numerous times. This time, it was beyond unbelievable. As you will see with the pictures, the property is unusable if the canal or branch or whatever they may call it is not cleaned out. Had I had any property at all on that property, it would have been completely destroyed. I pay taxes, both city and county, in the town of East Arcadia. I live in the county of Bladen. And I'll go on to finish saying what I'm saying. Back in 2019, for an example, my daughter's car was completely destroyed because it got flooded. My brother's mobile home was destroyed because it got mold from all the water that was put in it, and so he lost his home. When I built my home back in 1979, I was required to put a ditch completely around my property to drain it. And I had to wait a whole year before I was given a permit in order to build on that land. With what's going on there with the water that is being backed up in this canal, it is now forcing this water to come in my ditch around my property, saturating my property, which is a private ditch that does not have to hold the water of the community. I tried to notify the mayor, which he is unavailable for whatever reason, and you'll see my notes in there. So I didn't know whether it was a county issue or whether it's a city issue. At any rate, I need to know if y'all can let me know who needs to address the water situation with the branches in East Arcadia.
Ms. Floyd, what is your address? What is the address?
1171 Graham Road.
So, let's go look at it. I don't know how to answer that question.
Well, there are some pictures there that you can see where the water,
I mean, I need to.
Yeah, well, you
see
can
what
see
you're
it.
talking about.
Who owns the property that the water flow is coming from that goes into your private ditches? Who's the owner of that property?
That canal is coming from, I believe, Crow Lovin'. Kennedy Store Road, which is near Crow Lovin', and it comes all the way down, and when it gets to my property that is in the town of East Arcadia, it cannot flow through that canal because it is stopped up. So when it does force the water, which this time it did and several other times, it goes through, and then what happens when it does get through, it backs up on my property. And as you can see from those pictures, had it rained anymore, the water from that side where it flooded all of that property was beginning to go across the highway, which would come into my property. My son was in the process of getting ready to put something on that property, and now he can't put anything over there because if it doesn't get cleaned out, it's unusable.
That's your ditch behind the fence pictures?
Right, and that's just some of them. That wasn't all of the water damage.
So when are you home?
When am I home?
Home.
My phone number is 910-520-9216. I'm in and out and I'm gone a lot doing different things. So I really need some help because it's not just my property. Other people are having problems as well, but I'm here speaking for me. If I can't get any help there the way I feel, I don't need to live in East Arcadia.
Not the town, not just the town. It's the community, it's county side. County side is where it's backed up, and I have a comment to bring that up.
What's your address again?
771 Graham Road.
Blair, I'll call you and I'll get DOT to
Well, I believe the DOT did come. I think Dr. Goins did have them to come. I observed someone down there a couple of days later looking at the pipe that broke off of that pipe that is in the canal. And what this water is doing, every time the hurricanes come and the water comes, it goes up into my land and it pushes the dirt, and my dirt is going down into the ditch, which is eroding my property. And some of that water, dirt that is on my property is coming from around the pipe that is in the ditch.
The culvert.
Right.
And Mr. Thing, what I'm saying is, I'm sorry that you're having this problem, but DOT, I have to go out there with DOT and they tell me where we need to go. We can't tell you what we need to do next until I get DOT there.
Okay, I understand that.
And I'll be with them when they go.
Okay. And the other thing is, if you look at the highway, the asphalt is cracking from side to side.
Well, I'm gonna call you and see when you're gonna be home, and then we're gonna go out there and meet you. Okay?
Please do.
Okay.
And I thank you for this because,
I sent it all council.
I remember you mentioned her, I know you did.
well, I did call and I did speak with Miss Maria about this as well and sent her pictures as well. And if you could see the property when it's doesn't have any water on it, it's not bad. And I've tried to go and cut grass on that land. It is too wet. I cannot even get over there. And it's washing out that driveway. The bricks are coming down from the driveway where
Sounds awful, but the reason I asked you about that is, and I know that you know, but, and like everybody, but, you know, a lot of times it gets into a jurisdiction problem. So if you have a neighbor and they don't handle their water and it goes to you, like what it happens to me out here on a farm. But if they want to come on mine, they have no right to do that unless so you can get into some of that neighborly issues. You just can't go clear, which anyway, never mind. It's tough. It's tough. I know it's.
I'll call you.
I'll look to hear from you. Thank you for giving me that time.
Dr. Goins, but you sent some pictures out. Is this some of the pictures here?
That's some of them, but the other from the other lady is not here. I got the other one. When it says individual, I have the next one. It's the other family.
Anyone else?
Mr. Wayne, here your photo.
No, you can keep them.
I'll take them when I go. Okay, so matters of interest to commissioners. The first A is consider approving a motor vehicle license plate agency application. We met and our small group thought it would be a good idea to.
Motion to approve. Second.
To apply, see if we can get the driver's license. Agency. Motion by Mr. Bullock, second by Mr. Gillespie. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? So the item B is consider adopting the amendment to Bladen County ordinance regarding the procuring deadly weapons.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Cogdill, second by Mr. Ellis. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. C is consider adopting amendments, amend the adverse weather and pay
Motion to approve.
plan. Second. Motion by Sophia, and second by Mr. Gillespie. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So we're at, 5J. So what happens there was just a couple of things was left out. So it was on the consent items, but we want to make sure that those things were in the item we were going to approve. So the motion to approve. Motion by Mr. Glass, second by Mr. Ellis. Any discussion? Or
What was Mr.?
wait a minute, I found it.
It could be in the description.
Where's it?
Is it in that policy you gave us?
Yeah, just had three things was left out.
Excuse, that's one, excuse supervisor for approval.
All right, what is it? Get back to you.
Oh, here it is.
So we had to add section 2.6, needs to list the Title IV coordinator, also the number of staff needed, to be included. Section 2.0 needs to include the agency contact phone numbers, and section 14.0 is highlighting and, blue instructions need to be deleted. So any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So, I've got a couple things. Plymouth County Mutual Aid, their household goods, they're having to, shutting them down so they can get their, floor fixed. So they're gonna pay us to take their household goods. So that's just for information only. It's just the in-kind things that we do among the counties. And another thing I want to remind you about, if any of the commissioners have, any part of the state health plan, we have to do it for 15. Supplemental. Yeah, supplemental. Okay, just for information. Mr. Cogdill.
I just like to, Mr. Chairman, to inform the board and everyone that Mr. Manning, the gentleman who came and did the presentation on affordable housing, he had COVID and had to be hospitalized. And he was supposed to have presented the paperwork, and I spoke with Mr. Peterson about it. And we have agreed that he will send us a contractual agreement, and he's in the process of implementing that agreement to present to Mr. Peterson when he gets here, and goes to Mr. Peterson to come to me. We would then in turn, I guess, give it to the attorney to take a look at it. And they said if we looked at the contract, they would be glad to come in and give an explanation if there's a portion about the contract that's being written for the house, so that we can all be on the same side and have a clear understanding of what the contract agreement would be. But they said that they're ready to go. They have paperwork. They said they should have it finished this week and get it over to, get it to me, or to get it to Mr. Peterson. And at that point in time, we can meet, I guess, the next meeting, schedule a meeting, a special meeting, how Mr. Peterson want to handle that. But they say they're ready to go as soon as we can look at the contract and see if it's agreeable to the board.
Okay.
And that's
Anyone else?
This is not about the bridge. Technically. When we got the last update on the bridge, though, they said that their plan was, if I remember correctly, to open up the cut through kind of, so that if you're coming down, headed towards the bridge, you could make a left into Torrey Hole or get into behind other businesses. But they haven't done that. I just wonder if we can find that, is that still the plan? I know some of the business owners are concerned, but if they do, they just went out there and weed eated and got all the brush cleaned up, which looks better, but they definitely need to keep that, because if not, you're not going to be able to see the cut. We don't want somebody else get killed there. It's already been, y'all give me a hard time, but there's been a fatality on that bridge because of poor design and signage and things of that nature. That's somebody dead because there wasn't quality signage. So, it's not a laughing matter, it's serious, and we just, it looks like it's gonna be an indefinite project this point, so,
We'll find out.
thank you.
You're on time, Commissioner Fisher. I want to thank Ms. McLean for coming in to address the commissioners, but I have a email from Megan Grady. Her grandmother's home was flooded. And it wasn't so much that family had to suffer again. Ms. Daniels probably in her late 80s. She was flooded in 26 Florence, and she was displaced until earlier this year. That home was replaced. I don't think they elevated high enough. So anyway, it was flooded again. They were displaced again. The issue I have with it is, and I addressed this to Mr. Chair earlier, there was no representation of Bladen County Emergency Management Department to East Arcade at all. Not only did her area flooded, this young lady's home, and she had to be evacuated. Thanks to ADR, they had to use boats to remove her from her home. And then they had to go to Miss Miller, another home, and they had to evacuate her using their boat. Now, I was amazed that no one from Bladen County went to that area. Any other time there's a hurricane or storm warning, we go around to the county. Just because Elizabethtown, White Lake, Bay Tree Lakes, or Bladenboro, or Dublin, but Elizabethtown flooded because we came here that day. They had a lot of flooding. Tar Heel, their streets were flooded. But no one from the county responsible for the emergency department was there or to even assess their needs. Unfortunately, East Arcadia got the brunt of that water, of that storm, but no help. But I thank ADR for coming in and some of the citizens using their boats to get folks out of their homes or get them out of their homes safely. And so our citizens were a little disappointed, and I hope that this never happens again. If we pay the citizens or the employees of Bladen County to do their job, and that they should do, that means not just assume that there's nothing wrong in this county because of one area. They need to assess the entire county. And the biggest issue is they left this county and they went to Brunswick County and assessed them, and our citizens had no service. To me, that was appalling. Yes, they did. Yeah. Unfortunate. And so, Mr. Chair, I hope that will never happen again. If so, I think we need to consider whatever reprimand action, whatever you need, needs to be done to make sure before anyone leaves this county to help another county. I'm not saying we don't help them. Mutual aid is necessary. I understand that because a lot of counties help us. But I hope they understand that help our citizens first, at least assess them to make sure that our needs are met before they leave. Thank you.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened other than normally they're dispatched out to go help these different communities, so we need to look all the way back and see what happened. Okay? Anyone else?
Is this the first time you have addressed this, Dr. Mango?
Well, no, I sent email.
Have you called?
Yes.
You have previously called him.
Okay. I told you.
And I told her that I was told everything was good and
right.
They were sending those big wheels to Brunswick County. That's what I was told. Yeah.
Mr. Chairman. Sure. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, the principal at East Bladen requested that someone come and spray their area for due to the mosquitoes. She contacted me Friday and said no one had even contacted her. And we was hoping that someone would call her rather, and schedule a time when the spraying could be done. She contacted me about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but Friday she said she hadn't even been contacted. She came back to me again. So we need to make sure we get some spray out there for the mosquitoes.
That's a good listening. They were supposed to do listeners. They could have got some.
We we have been spraying based on phone calls. If one person calls, we're not sending sprayers out there.
No, I
I
called.
know, but I mean, I sent Jason Atkinson, told him that if we sprayed again, we would do that. I know he's talked to commercial sprayers about spraying and didn't spray.
But no one contacted the principal though.
I ain't not
According to her.
supposed to contact.
Yeah.
Was I supposed to call her?
I'm not saying you're supposed to.
No,
do
I'm
it.
just saying, I didn't know we were supposed to contact her.
No, I called Madam Clerk and told her that.
Well, she told me, but I'm
Yeah.
saying I didn't know I was supposed to return the call, put them on the list. That's why we've been doing it.
So East Bladen is on the list now?
They're on the list, but I don't know if we're gonna spray it with just one, unless you're gonna spray all 13 schools.
Well, no, she
Did we not
got
do, Lisbon?
Uh,
We didn't do that area? I thought we did that area.
We done,
I mean, I
we
get.
sprayed the whole county one time.
Right.
And we've been taking names of people that want to spray, and like Bay Creek, 50 people call. Kelly, I got a bunch of calls.
Right.
And I think they went down East Arcadia again. I'm not
Yes,
absolutely sure about that. But
We
we got a
did.
bunch of calls. That's what we've been basing our spraying on.
So where does East Bladen stand?
They just on the list not to be sprayed unless people call.
Wait a minute. Say what now?
We're not spraying because one person calls.
This is for the whole school area down there. It ain't for, that's for a private place. This is for the whole school. They're saying they're having a problem with the outside activity with mosquitoes.
Every one of the facilities having that, and I just told you what, Jason sent an email today, and I responded back, when we sprayed again, we would call him.
But at least someone should at least contacted her at least.
I didn't know I was supposed to, I ain't contacted the rest of the people call.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, contact her, please, sir.
I called, told him no.
No,
Anyone else?
Why don't you tell them no?
During the last hurricane, we were looking at potential sites for shelters. And Bladen Lakes came up 2 or 3 times, but there was concern about the flooding. You don't want to put people in there and take a chance of flooding. So a couple of fire chiefs came, and I rode down there with them and looked at the potential of constructing some kind of berm next to Bladen Lakes. There's a quarry there where they dig the dirt out of. It's pretty close by. They feel like it would be a fairly simple project, but to be proactive so that Bladen Lakes could be used. And so the next time something happens, that wouldn't be a concern. So I told them I would mention it. I know it's just, we need to make sure we've got some good shelters in place.
So, Mr. Booth, can I ask one question? Sure. I heard you say that Ms. Edwards is the one that should be contacted for mosquitoes. Who should they contact?
They've been calling the health, they've been calling everybody in the county, they've been calling the health department, keeping a running list. I know, they called me, they called Marie. I don't know who else is taking calls.
But if I want to direct them, I should direct them to the health department. That's what I should direct them to.
No, they're gonna keep a running list.
But I should send it to them.
Or Marie's keeping a running list, and I got a running list.
So I can send either one of them.
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of fair.
So, Mr. Chairman, your list is more than 2 weeks behind?
My
Is that what
list
you
is probably, last time we sprayed was about 2 weeks ago.
I know you said you're going to tell the principal no. So, I mean.
Well, unless this board directs me to go spray it, I'm not spraying for just every football game.
No. She didn't say that. She just said.
Well, you said outdoor activities.
Yeah, they got.
I'll call Ms. Ball and ask what she's looking for.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be glad to.
Mr. Chairman, I like for us, this has been such a major issue that's been bothering me so much with mosquitoes. I just like to say to the board, the next time that we know it's a cost to it, it's expensive, that we need to just kind of look at putting that up under authority of someone with the equipment and budget, something for mosquitoes that we can incorporate into the process so we can try to get away from all this everybody calling about mosquitoes. You know what I'm saying? If we want to deal with it, we might as well deal with it for the perspective that we got. That's something that we're going to do. Not something to think about doing, but something that we can put in place.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to add something to that. The, one thing that concerns me, and I face this at my home, is the legality due to the bees. Within so many miles of somebody having bees, you can't even spray. and you're finding that a lot in our county. And you take a lot of these farmers, that's a big bad situation right there.
There's a big keeper out of East Bladen, come think of it.
There's a bee map where all these hives are.
That might actually prevent East Bladen, because it is close. I hadn't even thought about
And
that.
I don't know, how to get the bee map. There's a bee map.
But that's what I was saying, if we incorporate it as part of what we do, you can put that policy out as to what you can do, what you can't do. So all these people won't be calling, and I ain't got to be worried about that. I need to go see if you got some bees. We need to go ahead and just incorporate it.
Publicize it.
Believe me, I get a call.
Publicize it in.
And I get
This is just a suggestion. You just put it in play where it's something that we don't have to sit here and get the question about it all the time.
So, you know,
Give it to somebody.
no one thought about these mosquitoes when the hurricane was happening. We didn't even have people trained to spray.
That's what I'm saying. So we just,
It took me 2 or 3 weeks to find somebody with a license to spray, because anybody just can't go out there and spray. These commercial, pesticides people, they can't spray on the road. They can spray around your house, but they can't spray on the road.
but what I'm saying, let's just make it a priority that we department, like when we had
Well,
the other
there's a lot
guy
of
here.
people, a lot of towns aren't even spraying. I
Like
mean,
we had Corey here, that was just one of his.
we got people trained now,
Yeah, just go and do it. That's
but
what
we didn't
do.
have.
Mr. Chairman, another thing, the warehouse we have down here, the emergency warehouse, it needs some repairs. It just floods. It's full of water.
There's a quote being, done on that. I told Mr. Scott.
Yeah, we already looked at that. Okay. Okay, coming into the wall at one time.
It was a roof leak too, somewhere, because when they done the, when he come in there for the roof, the gym roof, he looked at that too.
Yeah.
And we need to get that quote, but it ain't coming the other day, because I had some discs in there that I was gonna put in the DA's
Throw 'em
office.
away.
Had to throw them away because of the water got to them.
Wow.
Didn't even know it.
Well, if it-
But yeah, we on that. Anything else, any other commission? Advisory board appointees, Industrial Facility Pollution Control Finance Authority, need 2. Anybody got a name?
Motion table.
Motion table, Mr. Bullock, second by
Second.
Dr. O.P. Mongolins. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Marie, I meant to ask you this today. Can we suspend this to about January, February, just keep playing beautiful? Because
You need
he's
that
working
form of
on
a
it, he
motion.
just don't have no name.
Need the form of a motion.
I guess we can suspend it till January, February.
I make a motion that we suspend the Keith Bladen Brewer, appointment until January of 2025.
Second by Mr. Gillespie. Any discussion?
I just got one question. Is it mandatory that we have this board? Is that mandatory?
Well, I talked to Kip today, and he's the county representative on this board, and he said he's talked to several of them, and they want to maintain that board if they can.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
You ride and look at the streets,
Yeah,
you kind of
you do.
long.
so
Trying to deal.
You gotta put it out there.
2 things. One, is there another group that it could be combined with? Maybe not, but, and I think there's a lot of people in the community that if there was something called Keep Bladen Beautiful would step up and might want to be a part of it. But that maybe we just.
Someone just set them in to do advertising.
Yeah.
Put it out there.
Is there another that would, be combined on recreation is kind of, like the whole, I don't know whether
Gonna fall on the sheriff, on the cleanup, road cleanup, something like that?
we'll get a Facebook.
I don't think we need to do away with it.
That's fine.
I'll get something, social media, and that, we won't get started, okay? You see it, Sherry?
If the motion is on.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Volunteer Act District,
I recommend Eddie Hester to replace George Waller.
second, motion by Mr. Britt, second by Mr. Gill. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So, October 21st, Child Fatality Prevention Team 2, and Wildlife Planning and Zoning, ETJ 1. The calendar is full. So, tomorrow's Ag Month Day at Bladen Community College, starting at 9 o'clock. Substance Misuse Task Force at 2 o'clock at Health Library, at the library tomorrow, because we're renovating the health department. And 6 o'clock is Animal Control Board. Wednesday is Ag 'em Up Day again at the college. And the fish, get the Fryers Fish Fry, Wednesday, 11 to 6. Friday is Pink Out, fundraiser for the Foundation for Breast Cancer. All that money stays in Bladen County, helps the lady who's member and stuff. The 12th is Made in the Shade at San Jose's. 8:30 is a.m. Saturday morning waffle is Trooper Kevin Connor Memorial Run. I think they got over 400 runners this year. That thing's growing, but they give away about $4,000 for scholarship this year to one kid in Bladen County, one kid in Columbus County. Now they're doing one kid statewide. So they're raising money, but they're putting it to good use. So the Great Festival is 10 to 5 that Saturday. The Smithfield Barbecue Cook-Off between North and South Carolina is the 13th. Monday's the Blood Drive at Cape Fear Valley Hospital. Health and Human Service meets at 5 o'clock. Where y'all gonna meet there? Where's Health and Human Service gonna meet?
It will be at the Hill.
Okay, at the health department. Trunk or treats at Bladen County Library from 6:30 to 8 on Tuesday. The 16th is the Blood Drive at Bladen County Hospital again. There's a real need for blood, so that's the reason they're having back to back, I guess. 18th is the Health Fair, Cape Fear at Bladen County Hospital. Community Fall Festival at MRO, it starts from 6 to 8:30. And on Saturday, trunk or treat car shows at Cape Fear Farmers Market, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. 9 to 12. The 21st is the special meeting regarding the report to the people. We got to be at the extension at 4:30. And then we meet at 6:30. 25th is the harvest party at Camp Clearwater, starting at 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. And from 6 to 10 is the Beast Festival in Bladenboro. 26th is the harvest at Camp Clearwater. And then the Beast Festival is from 10 to 10 that Saturday. November the 4th is prayer service at 8 o'clock. The general election consider general election for the first meeting in November. Scratch that. General elections that Tuesday. County offices closed 11th for Veterans Day. I think they got something in the farmers markets that day, don't they? They're going to show that movie about the veterans. Is that? Okay. Substance Issues Task Force is the 12th at Bladen County Library. Health and Human Services is at the Health Department at 5 o'clock. Holly Jolly Christmas Show at Winter Schools Floors from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Friday and Saturday at Winter. 17th is at Winter Schools, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Bladen County Board of Commissioners meet the 18th. Blood Drive at Foundation Church is the 21st, 1 to 6. The Wine Run Turkey Trot 5K is Cape Fear Vineyard. County offices closed the 28th for Thanksgiving, 28th and 29th, and the Blood Drive at Garland First Baptist Church. Next picture of that, so you can call. Individual delegation wish to address the commissioners. Matters of interest to commissioners. Anyone got anything? I entertain a motion to go close session to determine privileges and personnel. Motion by Mr. Brett, second by Mr. Cogdell. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed?
This conference will now be recorded.
Mr. Brett.
Fixing to make a motion that we establish and create a position for a maintenance supervisor coordinator. That fill the slot.
That fill the slot. We're gonna do it in a pay grade where it's keeping the pay grade scale with the steps apart? You gonna do that?
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Okay.
I second. Second by Mr. Gillespie, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.